And this is Thomas together with Pavel, and we are doing some pair programming on homework 4 on the ESaaS Advanced Software as a Service CS 169.1 course. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. And let me go to screen share, and perhaps you can do that as well, Pavel. Screen sharing in Hangouts is relatively straightforward. Just click the green button, and that should set you up. Yay! Okay, so let's head over to Nitrous.
Whoa!
Are you seeing everything?
Yeah, I do.
Cool, cool. And yes, all right. So this tunnel thing could be rather intimidating sometimes, but that's the way it is. Let's see if we can have a quick look at what they want us to do here. Yes, so we did the first part in the previous session. So now what you want to do is, I could do that to start with, perhaps. Since we're using your own Nitrous, so we don't have to. All the commits will be done in your name.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to have. They have provided 3 cucumber scenarios to drive creation of the happy path of search for movies by director. So let's just click that open and create a file here in features, new file, and we're going to call it search by director feature. Pop this open. Very easily just grab this content of this file here. There we go. Go to Nitrous, puff, save this. Let's see. Where were we? We were on CD workspace, BDD cycle, rotten potatoes, right? And you say that you have Cucumber already configured, right?
Right.
So it's the Cucumber, and this should fail for us.
Could you turn on the collab mode on this file, because I don't see the changes?
Yes.
Okay,
okay, so there seems to be some problem with bundle, or not? Let's see. So, nice. I want to see. So here. So if we do bundle, happen. Okay. Yet Cucumber is not running. Unresolved specs during game specification reset. Okay. Let's see. Step to support. You have the end file. Let's see how the end file looks like. Based on fast, let me see. Okay. Path. Navigation helpers. Okay, that's not selectors. And the page is doing about Monday. Okay, this is not interesting. So, okay. Is this so? This came this repository came without any Cucumber support in it. You installed that yourself, right?
Yes, yes, but I've done it. I've even run it today.
Okay. And because we're getting some errors here. You know,
and try bundle exec rake cucumber, because that's how I did run it.
Okay.
And now I'm running it with run cucumber and it works. So rake cucumber even without bundle exec it works.
It should work with only Cucumber, you know, but let's see.
Yeah.
Are you using RVM here or something? Do you have different gem sets?
Here is with RVM.
Okay.
Yeah. But if it's by default, it's with RVM on the Nitrous.
Yeah. But this should run now, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I would say that what we could do before you just take over is create in step definitions. We could create a new file called movie steps.rb, and usually I try to, perhaps movie steps isn't the best name, but usually what I try to do is to keep the more generic steps in one file. And since this is a movie database, you know, I would say that movie steps is okay. Then if we have steps that are very specific for a certain feature, I try to break that up and put those in a separate file, basically. But that's just a web project. It doesn't really matter. You could have everything in web steps, but you know, since this is a file done by somebody else, I wouldn't just touch it. So
yeah.
You know, so I would just keep that. So I would say that movie steps RB is a good thing. And the good thing with the Cucumber output here is that all the steps that are not defined, you're getting a suggestion how you should format the regex and everything. So we can basically just take this, copy this right into the file of the web steps, something like this. And is this it? Okay, why did it format it so badly for me? I don't like that. See the spacing here? Is this weird? Okay. Anyway, so what you would like to do now is try to, if I save this, or no, yeah, if I save this, you should see this now, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what we want to do now is of course, because our first background step is that these following movies exist. So this is the step we need to define first, at least to start getting at least one thing to pass. So if you would like to have a go on that, that would be great. Any ideas on how to do that?
So here we should go through the table hash, and for each movie in the table, just create movie using the hash, right? Because the create method can handle the hash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So It's probably, I don't remember. It's table hash. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes. Kind of.
Or I can just do debugger and.
Yeah. Sure. You know, just whatever makes you happy. You know, but let's see. Let's think about it. We need to create a table with those hashes. Yes. Let me think about it because I haven't done this for a long time either. So.
Yeah, I've done it, so I can look just at the code I don't like.
I would say, let's say table dot, yeah, because we have yeah.
It's like
Go back
movie
there.
table hashes.
Table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just table dot hashes each.
Yeah.
Each do and then call something. You know, we can call it a movie or something. A row. Yeah, row is okay.
It doesn't. There's something with this auto formatting in this nitrous. Because I don't have.
There you go. Movie create row.
One is...
Yeah, that should basically do it. If we have everything we need. Just try to run it.
Unfortunately, the Cucumber isn't the fastest.
I know.
And on the Nitrous I/O, it's even slower.
I know. Okay, so what is it saying? Syntax error.
Syntax error. Ooh. Not do and.
Exactly. Okay, so let's make that a little bigger so we can see the output. And the first step passed, so that's not a problem. Wonderful. And so what are we getting for error? Can't find a mapping from the edit page for alien to a path. When I go to the edit page for alien, can't find mapping from the edit page for alien to a path. Go and add a mapping on home action work review. Paths RB support.
Yeah. So support and paths.
Yeah.
Path to the page.
No, that's not. Shouldn't be. Let's see. I would say that. Let's just see what the rate. That's the problem with Nitrous. I never know what window I'm in, and I keep writing without watching the screen. I'm just gonna check the routes in this application.
Because I don't think we can determine the path to movie Alien, because we get movies by ID, and we don't know the ID, right?
No. Well, so we can find. We can. You know, if we go like. So that step is in web steps, right? Or.
Yeah.
Or is it? Given I'm on the, oh, let me see that. When I go to the edit page for Alien, okay, go to the edit page for Alien, and we have in web steps, when I go to the fill in, we don't have an edit. That step is not there at all, or is it? No.
There is someone like that.
Path to page, and then
There is when I go to page name.
what line code is, what line number is that in web steps?
48.
When I go to, yes, visit path to page name, but that's not enough for us actually, because what we have is we have a we have an edit movie path, you know, in this application.
Yeah.
So we have to call that. Yeah. So I would say that we should create a new step for that rather than using the one. Let me just run rake cucumber itself and switch to my. There we go. I'm not quite happy with how that looks actually. Let me see.
Yeah, because one thing we can do, as we cannot determine, like, we cannot assume that the Alien movie will have some, you know, constant ID, right? So we probably need to follow edit link for Alien movie.
Yes. Now, did you save that movie steps, Orbi?
I believe so.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Really? What? This is a really boring system. It doesn't work. I don't see that step. Why don't I see that step? Before you do anything, copy that into your, because I might have overwritten it. You know what I mean? If you just select everything and copy, and I close that, and you just click save or something.
Yeah.
And I open it, and I see that. Okay, so now I should see this, and when I go to run, I go to the edit page for Alien. Okay, so that's the regex all the way. That's weird. I go to edit page. So paths. When I go to web step. When I go to the edit page for, okay, so okay, so what they mean is that I have to on 48. No, on web steps. Sorry, I'm sorry. 48 on web steps. 48. Visit path to page name. I don't like that at all, because I would say just, I would just create another step definition. Let me just try that. I'll go to first of all, go to edit page for, edit page for, and then we have a regex here, so we just copy this. We don't need to, and then we call this path, and then we visit. Then we say
It's more like action movie, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that movie equals, what is it? Movie dot find by find by name. Name, and that's movie, right? Movie, not Mavi, but movie. Do we have debugger gem in this, by the way? Do we know that?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we go, and just run this now, and see, I go to.
I'm not sure if it will work with Rake, the debugger.
You're not sure? Why not?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it will really stop it.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah.
No, it didn't stop. Why did it stop? Okay, from the edit. So this should be a page for alien. The way I wrote this, I'm very surprised, but that this didn't stop. And I go to puff page for alien. This should actually take that. Visit.
Yeah, but maybe because the old one is still present. I mean the previous one, and it's the first one it matches. That would be my guess.
Could be. Let's try that. With it, and then just go. We just hard code edit path for now.
Yeah.
Just go edit. Just hard code this and see what we come up with. One would say that should take precedence over whatever we have in the web steps before. See, I've never been a great fan of using those when cases and stuff. Let's see.
Yeah.
Can't find mapping from the edit page for alien to a tab.
Yeah, he still looks at the web steps. Yeah.
So what is it? Oh, so he means that I should have what is this, a do block, or what is this? So I should have like edit here, or what? Let's have like this.
Yeah.
And then we go. What was that? That was edit movie path. What was it? Let's see. Did I? For God's sake, what am I doing?
They provide an example, like yeah.
No, but this is, and probably we have to do this edit movie path. Yeah. So edit movie path. So edit page. So let me just Let me just comment this out. But so could I I don't understand this really. And the web steps 48 2. No, this is. I mean, we have to pass in. Listen, this is not going to work because we do. We have two things to pass in.
Yeah.
You know, we have, or at least one. We have to. This is really important. The title is important for us. The edit, we need to be able to hard code this. When I go to the edit page for.
Yeah. So in the paths.
To the. Yeah. Hold on a second. I think that there is a slight mishap here. Perhaps that's why it did. When I go to the edit page for, so we remove the path because we don't need it. And movie is we just edit path. So this is okay. So this should work now. For God's sake. So is this saved? Yes. Because yeah, he's going over there to check for this step, but it shouldn't actually. Let's see. Let's see. And it's funny that it didn't stop on debugger actually. I was rather surprised.
Before it didn't even enter this this step, so.
So now we have an ambiguous match, so that's cool.
Oh yeah.
That's good. That's good. I go to the Sophia. Guess the measurement, but I don't want it to guess. Why does it do it? So how can I really? I don't understand. Okay, so let's.
Because how I would do it, I would create the when the edit page for and regex for the title, and then I would use the edit movie path with the movie dot find by name and use the matched.
Yeah, which is basically what we did here, but you know, so we just what we just have to do is.
Yeah.
So you mean that? Yeah, but.
I think it can be done in paths.
All of it, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, try to do that then, because I can't really see that. Page name.
Well, I need to close this file.
Yeah. Should I close perhaps? I don't know. Let me just go over to your screen. And I see that Norbert is with us. How you doing, Norbert?
Hello, Thomas.
How
yeah,
are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. I just am waiting for the course or a discussion. What you.
I know. We're just finishing up this. We got stuck in some cucumber stuff. So if you have some time to wait for me, that would be great, actually.
Yeah, sure. Just I'm thinking to see what you doing here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stick around. We're just gonna do some cucumber things. Perhaps you can help us out if you have some good ideas, because we're a little, perhaps not stuck, but we're just getting started here.
I'm just joining, and I don't know which is the problem with this path.
Yeah, what we have. Pavel here is a student of the MOOC, you know, the CS169 course, and so we're working a little bit on his homework right now. And so what we have is there is
let
this.
Me comment.
yeah, there is this step definition that we kind of couldn't. Well, I couldn't for some reason get my head around. And then we'll come out some idea. Let's see if we can get this to pass. Then we can make it some refactoring later, to make it look good. But the first step for us is just to make it pass.
Oh, I probably got the edit movie path wrong. No. Let's see what Cucumber says. Yeah, so the one before.
Is this the same thing, or one find by name for class?
No.
Why? It's not the same.
Yeah, because now it matched this. Now it's matched because I don't know if you see my screen. You see
I do.
Yeah. So now it matched this path definition. But why it doesn't find the find by name method in movie?
Yeah, no matter. That's why we would like to have a debugger. Let's.
Maybe a title, not just a name.
Well, but he's actually saying he's complaining about not finding a method for movie for that model. He should be able to do that. I would just, for the clarity of this, move this out of the parentheses, assign that to a variable, and call that movie edit path on the variable instead.
What can I do? So I probably would need to do end if I open a block. And
yeah. Let's see. Let's open the. We have to check the gem file. See what debugger. So why doesn't he stop on debugger? What if I do Rails console here now? What does he say? Rails console.
I'm not sure if Rake should stop on debugger.
Well, I know that I've used debugger with Cucumber a lot of times, so.
Yeah, but
Rake
maybe
doesn't.
the Rake.
Yeah. So that's the problem. But anyway, if we just go with.
Why it takes a lot? Okay.
And we just say title equals. Is there any seeds file or something? Yes. Okay. So we have the terminator. I see. Right. So and then find by name. The terminator, wrong parentheses, sorry.
I think use a find by title, not the name.
Of course. There we have it. Thank you, Norbert.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we just solved the mystery, Pavel.
Okay, it's find by title.
Yes.
Cool.
Of course, it's the attribute name, so I just assumed that it was name and.
Else without rescue is useless path. I've broken the path file.
Okay, so just it's back out from the But I don't think you need this. I think you can. You don't have to have a do block actually. You can pass in those. You can create that variable.
I can?
Yeah, I think you can actually.
Okay.
Try that. Try that. Which is rather strange because, but this whole file doesn't look good to me, actually. Yeah, and just run this now. Save and run.
And it's movie edit path or edit movie path probably.
Hold on. Let me see. It's edit movie path. Yes.
Okay. This nitrous is quite slow. I can't get used to it.
All right.
What did it say?
Nothing.
Okay.
We're in the green. And I fill in director. So that should. What does it complain about? Unable to find field director. Yes, because we don't have a file field called director. So we have to open the. Well, we have this in the database, but not in the view, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to the views in app directory.
App views, movies.
And go to edit because that's where we are.
Edit. Probably I will add director like.
Yeah. Haml, I hate Haml.
ERB looks more like
HTML.
HTML, right?
But yeah, sometimes Haml it's a strange thing, but if you can use it, it's really fast to edit some things.
I know. Let's try that now.
Okay, and I wonder at which point I should move from making the steps green to writing specs.
Let's think about that.
Ooh,
you will probably encounter some. Oh, what's that?
Typo.
All right. Well, you will get to a point where it doesn't help to modify any views or anything. You have to work with some controller specs and, and model specs and everything. A model spec we could write already, but I don't know if that's the part of the assignment. There should be a model spec for this because there is already attributes on the model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the director of alien should be now we have a situation. However, we don't have much time, but now because you're leaving the presentation layer. There's nothing else we can do in the views. You filled in. The necessary
I still
information.
can because it's still the pending step. So I think I could still write the step, implement the step, then it should fail, and after it fails, I should probably do rspec and implement it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's have a look at that step. Great thinking.
So it's movie steps, the director.
And then I would just give it a little bit better names on the arguments. I would say the first one would be movie, and the second is director.
Something wrong with this line.
Well, yeah, it could be movie title, whatever, but we can use. So first of all, we have to do that on all our steps. We have to find that particular movie, so and assign that to a variable or something, so we can easily, store that object someplace.
Why do we use the instance variables in the web steps?
You don't have to do that, but sometimes it's just a bad habit, I guess, on my part. But
okay.
In RSpec, you want to do that sometimes because you're doing some assignments in the before blocks or in the whole describe blocks. So. And so, yeah, movie director should yes. Now,
okay.
I would say that equal is okay. I would say rather
probably it should be right.
Well, yeah, be or should equal, EQL.
Okay.
And then there is this, but I'm not sure if we have implemented that. We're not using should anymore. We are using expect movie director in parentheses .2.
Yeah, that's like new way, right?
Oh, you shouldn't. Don't remove everything. Up. Control Z. So just save it, and I fix that. No.
Okay, so I've saved it.
And what file was that? That was the movie steps file, right?
Movie steps. Yeah.
So we just go expect movie director to equal director, and here you don't need to have parentheses. You could have that, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
There was not just EQ. What you should use, or the EQL is also.
I thought it was, but obviously not. So let's see.
You are in the ERB in the Rails console.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh. Yeah, because the setting of the assignment of the variable is probably,
Let's just run this so we're not having any problems here.
Convention over configuration.
Exactly.
and you don't even expect what is working.
No, yeah. I'm always surprised when that turns out to be true, No, but it's beautiful, It's a nice thing. Yes. So okay, so we have a problem here, or do we? No, we don't, because it didn't save. Sorry, no problems yet. See, okay, so in my IDE, whatever I use, I never have to hit Command S to save a file. It saves automatically for me.
Yeah.
So whenever I work in this environment or a text editor or something, I keep forgetting to save, because, you know,
Yeah.
we do what we used to, you know. Let's see. Yes, okay, so that's cool. All right. Oh, let's. You should basically commit this.
Yeah. What I'm afraid of is that it's working and no single RSpec is.
I know. That's a little
Maybe.
worrisome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just git add everything.
And
Yeah. And I see that you have log files. You know, the development log and the test log should be added. You
Yeah.
don't have to think about it now, but that should be added to the git ignore file, because you don't want to have them tag along.
Probably.
But it doesn't really matter now. On the,
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
That's
so
true.
just
Maybe
write the
I'll-
commit message now.
Mm, and editing of movie director.
Yeah, cool. Just push that up to your repository, and that should be cool. Now, Pavel, I have to talk to Norbert, and actually, we're going to discuss. We're going to have the discussion that you and I had last week about the agile contracts, and you know.
Yeah.
So, if you find that interesting, you're more than welcome to join us. But
Yeah, sure.
So perhaps we could just, if you would like to stick around, Pavel, first of all, I'm going to give you the link to this recording, so you have that. And that's, we could stay in the same recording, actually. What the? Oh no. Okay. Here's the chat. Yes. So this is the recording of this video. And Norbert, we can stay in this one. We don't have to create a new new hangout. I think that's enough.
Shall we write on the chat to use if somebody want to join,
exactly.
use this link?
Good call. Good call. Let me just do that. Okay. Slack. Discussion around this week's project track. Okay. Yes. So, Norbert, let me just pull up this course so we can have a quick look. There we go. And courseware. Yeah, so we one of this week's assignment was to have a quick read of this. There were two parts. First of all, that article from Huffington Post, and the second one was the Agile Contracts Primer, this expert from a book. So did you have a chance to read the Huffington Post? If we start with that one first.
Yesterday I read this and the article and the Agile contract, 40 pages.
Yeah.
But,
that's a little bit heavy. Sorry for giving us such a big one, but again, it's I forget to mention that you don't have to study everything in details. It's just about to get a basic understanding of the thing.
Yeah, the second read I think was a little bit for me just a little bit hard reading because lots of lawyer thing on it, or I don't know, just. Yeah.
No, I understand that. It's again, we're not supposed to become experts, and you're not, in this. It's just this is just an introduction, more of a, understanding how damn hard this is. Understanding what we don't understand, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but if we start, and Pavel, perhaps you haven't had a chance to have a look at this. In the meantime, we spoke about this briefly, you and I. But in the meantime, if you want to, you can have a quick look at this article.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just post a link to that. But how did you feel? What was the unique situation about this police department that was portrayed in this article, Norbert?
Mm-hmm.
How did you find their situation and their approach to buying this new software?
Yeah, I think this is the police. Maybe director, or I don't know how to call his title, but I think he was a good. He could good thinking about this because they have had a hard using and very expensive program,
Mm-hmm.
and what I like it liked that this article he want to change that, and he want to make it better and use something easier and lots of things they can much do easier, and if they want to reach some text or pictures or I don't know which things, it's made it better with this agile thinking, and I think it's a good good thing.
And
Yes,
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, so I think it is a good way to if you want to change something. But what I thought about this when I read, I had lots of bad experience about this how to manage something for before works where I worked. For example, I worked a local government as a system administrator, and sometimes you want to screaming about the bad habits. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just a quick comment from on my part. As I was telling Pavel in a separate session, what I find this interesting about this story is that it's we have a client here that, per definition, out of our, us being a little prejudiced. I mean, this is policemen. They don't know anything about software development, and also, you know, one could say that these people are so far away from what we do as you can come. Yet, as he very correctly points out, a lot of the users and members of the organization in this department are used to do investigative work. You know, they solve crime, so they have to think on a very high level of abstraction sometimes, and sometimes they need to go down and deal with hands-on details and, you know, pieces of information that they gather in their investigation. And, you know, doing a background to a software, you know, data structure or database model or something is a little bit of being an investigator sometimes. So that's why I think this example is really spot on, because they chose to work with a crime sheet, which is a simple paper form that all of them use when they do their work, and using that basic information, they could map, you know, and think in different scenarios. What kind of police work do we do, and what kind of information do we need? And, you know, working through that, they could create a lot of user stories, and they could think about the workflow of the software and then create that prototype. And I think that what is amazing about this situation is that these are people that don't know anything about you know, creating software, and then it's seemingly didn't know anything about agile methods or everything, yet they were willing to learn, and in the process, you know, enhance their own knowledge and became an informed buyer. And this is my main point that I would like us to think about or take away from this discussion session, is that me and some other guys, Pavel among them, discussed this a week ago, I think, that when we sell, I mean, we know that agile approach is a good approach to software development, and this is one example. There are several hundreds of examples where agile worked and made wonders, and of course there are other examples where agile didn't work. But you know, given the pros and cons, I strongly believe that agile is the way to go. But it kind of assumes, you know, when you want to work in agile, you have to have an informed client. You have to have a client that understands at least the basic functions, basic components of this way of thinking and way of working. Otherwise, we get into trouble. And a lot of clients, Antonius gave us a few examples, and I know that you have some examples as well, Pavel. You know, they just come in, they want to give you, they ask you for a fixed price for a piece of technology that they want delivered, and they don't want to deal with this. You know, they don't want to be a part of the project, or at least that's what they think that they want. And the big challenge for us is, you know, I believe, to educate people to a certain degree, so that they want to participate in developing the software and the solutions that you know, that we're supposed to ship to them, and do it in a way that actually adds value. And I think that these policemen in America managed to do this in a very good way. For instance, you know, this you know, listen, what you're proposing is too big. I mean, stay in scope. That's what we always talk about in software development. Don't do too big. Don't take upon too big of a story. That's one example. And involving, and they talk about that in this article, involving users throughout the entire process, so they can see the wireframes, they see the prototypes, test out the stories, and start using the software as soon as some release is shipped. You know, in comparison to waterfall, where they could wait, you know, 6 months or a year or more than that to actually see some code in production. In agile, they could do that much faster and get user feedback at a closer date. And Pavel, you had some previous experience with pre-sales. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what I was doing was pre-selling actually test automation solutions. Because in my previous job, in my first job, I used to be test automation specialist, expert,
Okay.
and we were doing test automation solutions. So like test automation of all the backend in telcos. So in the communication, automating tests of provisioning systems, billing systems, and all the complicated stuff in telecommunication. And the problem was that the scope of automation was never clear. And also, we had once a customer who was basically they were running scrums, and they provided like a list of scenarios to automate to us, and said that let's estimate how many man days it's going to take you. And of course, it was quite difficult. We even were like going through customer side, exercising the application, how it works, looking how the UI is written, how the interfaces are created, but it still was complex. And the issue was that they were running Scrum, and they wanted us to participate in the solution as as doing fixed scope, fixed price development. And after our first or second week working for them, we noticed that because they do scrums and like every 2 weeks they used to do some changes, and it was like automated testing, even on the high level we were doing it, should be done within the sprint rhythm for the iterations. So we basically automate what's needed and not automate a predetermined set of scenarios. So what we proposed after these like first 2 weeks, when we automated some scenarios, and then they made changes to application. Our automation got partially broken, and what we really convinced the customer was to involve us in the agile instead of in the Scrum rhythm, instead of doing our work on the side. So the automated testing and the development of the system goes together.
Absolutely. This is the only natural way to do that.
Yeah, and what's very surprising in this example is that the customer who requested, this like pre-estimation, pre-planning of all of that, like set the fixed scope, was customer that actually should be educated, because they were using Agile.
And yeah, exactly. So even here, where you have this knowledge, people use this methodology, yet they when they encounter something, a part of the development process that they are not familiar with, because obviously they needed to take in external resources, because perhaps they lacked a little bit of knowledge about automated testing in this case. And what do? Well, as soon as you are a little bit unsure, you fall back to whatever makes you feel safe. And in that case, it's the waterfall, fixed price, fixed cost, predetermined everything, So even when they try to do agile and be, modern or forward thinking in their own business, when it comes to actually buying stuff, they want to feel safe, and waterfall does make people feel safe, but it's a faith you know, it's not real safe. You know what I mean? Because just because you have done a big pre-study and you can document a lot of shit, it doesn't really mean that this is exactly what you're going to ship. We know for a fact that a large portion of the computer software projects run in waterfall and, you know, equivalents actually fail, and so there is no guarantees for anything. But most probably that is what happened. They just want to feel safe, and they fall back to whatever they know, and you know, they think that it can guarantee good outcome. But I from what I'm hearing, I would say that you guys did a great job to break that bad habit of that particular customer, and you know, go in and become an integrated part of his flow and of his Scrum method. Good work. Good work.
I just recently ran into an article about the comparison of Agile and Waterfall project results done by Ambisoft. I will post a link to it in a chat.
This is interesting because, of course, it depends a little bit on who
done the study and
and stuff. But this is interesting.
But anyway, these are the numbers to show someone, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if
so
you got asked if you got some numbers, then
exactly 9% failed. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So. This bigger aspect of this whole thing is and I've spoken to a lot of people about this during the last week because I focused a little bit on this contracts and agile and cost estimation, and contracts is a very complicated thing, and we're not gonna leave this session in any way being experts, but you know, agile in its purest contract method, you know, it's like, I don't know how much it's going to cost, and we'll see what you get for the money, basically, you know, because you know, and how can you write a contract on that? You can't, right? So it's one of the hardest thing to get some, you know, finance people and lawyers and you know, all the other professions to actually understand what agile is about, and so they can at least, you know, make us safe and the customer safe by writing up legal documents, because you know, we all know that legal documents are a necessity in business, of course. So this whole thing about working with customers in this method is very, very complex, because first of all, you know, the people that you're going to work with closely have to understand what the hell we're doing, but also their bosses and you know, their lawyers need to understand what agile is about, because this, you know, a process of purchasing agreeing upon a project is a process that involves a lot of people and a lot of different roles and different professions from both your organization and the client's organization. So it's very interesting, and it's very complex, very hard. That's why I wanted us to at least start touching upon this problem.
There is also the issue that any software purchase contract does not operate in, you know, does not exist in vacuum. There is this organization that has this, you know, processes for, you know, purchasing, and sometimes it even requires too much, even if the, you know, the single people in the organization would like to buy, you know, basically don't buy a software but buy a service to produce the software, to deliver the software. even if there are single people who are going to, who are willing to go for it, they still need to, go through their organization, culture, and for them, that may be even too much of. They may think it's too much of an effort to go through all of it.
Exactly. So. And that's where trust comes in, because everybody has to cover. It's their job, It's their duty to be as protective as they can about their own business. And if this is true, 29% of projects failing, then nobody with sane mind would sign a contract with You know what I mean? But then again, you cannot.
57% challenged.
Exactly.
Also,
that's enormous. So basically, what you can say that if you go into a relationship with a software developer, you are asking for trouble. Because with these numbers, the statistics, the odds are that this will be a problem sooner or later. So that's why contracts are so extremely important, and that's why agile contracts in its purest form is a no-go. You cannot expect people to just give you a pile of money and without promising them anything. But having said that, the good thing with the agile is that you work in such a close cooperation with at least some representatives of the client's organization. And hopefully you get to avoid having, producing software that is not validated or not verified, that it's just out of scope, because you keep asking, is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? And what one can do is to, we can keep on writing new contracts. There are some exit points for the client and for you as an organization during the process. Basically what we can say for sure is that the only thing we are committing to is one sprint at a time. That's one model that I've used, and we've always given a client a possibility to say, all right guys, thank you, but no thank you. It's enough, if they don't feel that we are moving in the right direction, or if they don't feel that we can deliver what we promise.
Yeah.
But it is a very, very complicated problem, and especially for small vendors, if you don't have a big name with a lot of track record, and you want to enter a market and you want to compete for larger contracts, that could be a very, very problematic thing. If you want to gain new customers, especially in Agile, the relationship with customers are valuable when they span over a long period of time, because getting to know the customer and educating him, starting to work with him, takes a lot of time and effort. So what you want to do as a vendor is you want to stretch that relationship so you can get a better investment return on your own investment.
Yeah, it's a really interesting to how to find the right way for the contracts and the paying and the spending time of the work. Yeah, it's not easy, but yeah, you can deal with this, or you have to deal. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So anyway, we could potentially wrap this up for now. Any last thoughts on this? We will be dealing with the same topic next week, Norbert. I have some more materials, more easy materials than this big chapter about legal stuff. I just wanted you to read that so you gain a basic understanding of the problem. But yes, great that you could join this session. Hopefully I'll there are some other guys that I know, they emailed me that they couldn't be here today. But perhaps next week they can join us instead.
Yeah, okay.
Have you both noted the link? That's okay. So
Yeah.
you can submit that to edX, and Norbert, you submit that on your AV102 course, and I'll go and have a dinner with my wife.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to have dinner with my girlfriend.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Live long and prosper. Dobranoc, Paweł.
Dobranoc.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.
Okay.